I'd like to take a look at polynomial long division. You are not going to be required to carry out polynomial long division. We're going to take this a little further and come up with a shortcut, but I want to just review the basics of it first to make sure that you've seen how this could work. So I'm taking this example, x to the third minus 15x plus 30. I'm going to divide by x minus 2. So I'm actually going to set up a long division problem where the divisor is x minus 2. The dividend is x cubed minus 15x plus 30. And one thing that I have to do is once I write that term with x to the highest power, every single power of x needs a position here to the right of that x to the third. So even though there's no x to the second term in that dividend, I'm going to write plus 0 x to the second, and then I'm going to write minus 15 x to the first plus 30, the constant term on the end. And then the way you do polynomial long division is you think what up above times the first term here times x gives me the first term here. And it would be x squared. X squared times x will give me x cubed. So I write an x squared in the kind of the x squared column. And then I multiply x squared times both terms of the divisor. I distribute. So I go x squared times x is x cubed. I write it here. X squared times negative 2 is negative 2x squared. I write it behind. And now I'm going to subtract what I got. Some people change signs and add. I just write parentheses, subtract. And so you got to remember you're subtracting. X cubed minus x cubed is 0. And then for the x squareds, I actually have 0 minus a negative 2x squared. So this minus sign gets distributed, and you can change the sign if you want to help you keep it straight, but I'm not going to rewrite anything. I'm just going to say 0 minus a negative 2x squared is 0 plus a positive 2x squared, so that's positive 2x squared after I subtract. And then I bring down this minus 15x. And now I repeat the process. I say what times x in front here gives me 2x squared in front here. That would be 2x. I have to write plus 2x, so I need these terms separated by plus and minus signs up above. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times negative 2 is negative 4x. Draw my line. Parentheses, subtract. 2x squared minus 2x squared is 0. Negative 15x minus a negative 4x. So that becomes negative 15x plus 4x is negative 11x. And bring down the plus 30. Repeat the process. What times x is negative 11x. I got to write minus 11. Minus 11 times x is minus 11x. Minus 11 times negative 2 is plus 22. And draw a line, parentheses, subtract. Negative 11 minus negative 11 is 0. 30 minus 22 is going to give me 8. And there's the remainder in this problem. Now, I can write my answer in a fancier way, too, if I take the remainder over the divisor, kind of like you can do with numbers. But again, I need a plus sign to separate the terms. So I could write plus 8 over x minus 2. And now we're just going to think about a couple different ways this result can be written. I can take that original division problem and write it as a fraction. X cubed minus 15x plus 30 over x minus 2 equals, and then I get the quotient x squared plus 2x minus 11 plus the remainder 8 over the divisor. x minus 2. And you don't need parentheses around that quotient, but that helps it stand out a little bit here, I think. So this is a form in which what occurred in that division problem can be written a little bit more sophisticated form. And another thing we can do is we can multiply both sides by x minus 2. And I'm going to do that and just write this out in detail. And so I'm going to take x minus 2 over 1 times the right-hand side, and that x minus 2 over 1 on the right, I got to distribute to each of the two terms. Just think of it as two big terms. Now, when I distribute, I guess I should write this out. I get x minus 2 over 1 times x squared plus 2x minus 11 over 1 plus x minus 2 over 1 times that fraction 8 over x minus 2. And just recopy here so I have everything along the same line. Okay, so our division looks like this. Now, there's a lot of canceling we can do here and here, and I now end up with being able to say that the original dividend, x cubed minus 15x plus 30, is equal to the divisor times the quotient, you can write those in either order, plus the remainder on the end. And that's just a little summary of a polynomial long division problem. Started out looking like that. And by the time I got through with it, we were writing this. Maybe I want to write these words just below again. Dividend equals, this was the divisor times the quotient plus the remainder. And that's all for that piece.